Hey guys! So in today's video, I wanted to try a little bit of a different structure, and something I've been struggling with lately is working in my sketchbook and actually finding the time to do that in my day-to-day life. I'm not sure what caused me to start slacking on my sketchbooks, but I don't like that. I think there's something very important about keeping a sketchbook that is a way to explore and play with ideas and to overall not be stressed about the artwork that you're creating in it, because it's experiments, and if an experiment goes wrong, it's technically still a good thing because you learned something about what didn't work. Sunday is going to be Sketchbook Sunday, and I'm going to just be kind of working on random things in my sketchbook. I want these videos to be a little more on the casual side, with less of a topic and more just discussing what I'm doing and giving you guys a little peek into the way that my brain works. And you are in for an adventure, because sometimes I don't even know why I do things that I do, but I promise that they are all connected somehow. Something I'm really working on is letting one idea flow into the next idea and not being too caught up in thinking about what should come next. And I think that's a lot of what caused me to stop working in my sketchbook in the first place, is I was so stressed about the way that it looked that I wasn't actually focused on the process, and I don't think that's the way a sketchbook is supposed to be. I'm also working a lot more in mixed media than I have in the past, and I've done a lot of mixed media work, art journaling specifically, in the past and in the current tense. I don't know why that mixed media approach has never made its way into my sketchbooks, because it is something that I really like doing. So I am working a lot more in a mixed media sort of way. I'm doing a lot of collage, a lot of ink, a lot of watercolor. In my other mixed media work, I tend to use a lot of acrylic. I'm not sure if I will be using acrylic a whole lot in this sketchbook, just because I don't work realistically a lot in acrylic, or semi-realistically anyways. So I probably won't be doing that as much, but it may leak in from time to time. So the first photo that I cut out, and a photo that you'll see here shortly, which is a photo of roots, were actually photos that I have taken myself. And that is something that I highly encourage you doing if you want to be an artist. Because even if your desired field of artwork is not photography, there's something very important about making observations yourself and not just relying on other people's photographs. So there's nothing wrong with looking at other people's photographs. Currently, I'm drawing from photographs of flowers that other people have taken. But as a general rule of thumb, it is good to take photos of your own. It helps you think about composition and color, and also just you're there in the moment and you're looking at the things. And that in and of itself is an invaluable experience to artists in general. The bird skull with the flowers coming out of the eyes is actually another piece of artwork that I did, and it was on a separate piece of paper. It's for my 100-day challenge that I've been doing over on Instagram, which is also worldofimmensum, and I just scanned it in and printed it out, and I wanted to incorporate it into this page. And that's just another way to get your own artwork into your sketchbook if you did it in another location. So as I'm working here, I'm trying to think of themes and how I can incorporate the ideas and the things that I'm drawing into my other artwork. Because ultimately that is the point of a sketchbook. It's to find ways to develop yourself as an artist It's not necessarily just for the sake of it. For some people it is, and there's nothing wrong with that. But for me, the point of a sketchbook is definitely to get myself to a point where I'm ready to work on another more finished piece of artwork. So as I work in my sketchbook, I definitely want to take that into account and think of ways that this can be incorporated into, say, my watercolor paintings, or something that I've been doing a lot more, which is alcohol marker illustrations. I'm also trying to not be afraid in my sketchbook, and that is a lot easier said than done. But you could see a little while earlier I had dropped India ink on the very first page, and it fell into wet watercolor and it just exploded. And that was really stressful for me in the moment, but I just told myself, okay, this is your sketchbook, it's okay. It doesn't have to be perfect, and maybe you can make something out of this. Maybe you can make something even better out of this. So I took a white gel pen and I went over the top of it and I redefined the lines that had been lost by all of the dark black ink. And I think it looks even better than it did before I had messed it up. It also led to the little pod-like experiment on the third page where I had drawn the lines in water and then dropped the India ink into it. It was an experiment that was based on a mistake, and I think that's what a sketchbook is truly about. It's about finding new things that you didn't know could happen, sometimes based on things that you didn't expect to happen. It's definitely getting a lot easier with practice to relax in my sketchbook and not stress out about it quite so much as I used to. And I think that's something that I want to help others with as well, because I think I'm finally at a point where it's less of a problem for me than it used to be, and the ultimate reward for that advancement would be to help other people that are in the same situation as I am. So that's sort of what I'm planning on doing with this series, or hoping to do with this series, is help other people that maybe are stressed out by their artwork or their sketchbooks because they've seen people have quote-unquote perfect sketchbooks and they're worried about how theirs looks. But the fun thing about a sketchbook is you don't even have to share it. You don't. It's for you. And I'm choosing to share these pages with all of you, but there are pages that I'm not sharing. This sketchbook has definitely been well used, and quite a few of the pages I wasn't very proud of, and so I didn't share them, and that's okay because I learned something from that. I also made sure to incorporate some drawings, but it was all a pretty natural process. I didn't overthink anything. If I thought, man, I really want to draw something, I would draw something. Or if I wanted to stamp and emboss, which I did, I would do it. The notes on the pages also fit my very logical sort of approach to art. I want to tell a story and I want to have a purpose for my artwork. And so that made its way into these pages. Everyone's process, both in their sketchbooks and their finished artwork, will be different. Yours may not be like mine, but I hope you did enjoy watching my process. And thank you all for watching. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.